What's up, fellas? What's up, everybody? As you're
All
jumping
right.
in, you already know what time it is. We are
Yeah.
about to go in once again. It's the fellas on the block once again here at He's Able. And we're the show where we got a little man on with us too. And when we get a chance to actually come in and talk to you guys tonight about the ability to do better as men. And we like to encourage each other. Sometimes we have a good fun run with the ladies who get on and talk trash to us, of course. But hey, it is what it is. We have a good time, and it's always a great thing to be able to talk to you guys. So tonight, we're going to be talking tonight because we have a few things to go on. But before we get started, I want to pass it off to my man Cam. Can you say what's up to the people today?
What's up? What's up? I'm loving this show, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love the topics. I love my boys that's here with me, and I love those out there, and I love our friends that always tune in and give us, talk to us about the topic and so forth. So tonight we're gonna have a great night, and it's all in God's will, man.
Absolutely. And of course, we got my man Rashard Brown on deck. Rashard, what's up with you, brother?
Man, it's all good. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm gonna drop a few words of knowledge tonight. Receive a few words of knowledge, and see if we can get a blessing out of this, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So of course, uh, as you know, there's so many times that we actually get a chance to talk about a subject like this tonight. Our subject tonight is a real I think it's a subject that most men probably stray away from. They really don't like to admit it. But here's the question. The question tonight is for the fellas on the panel, for you that are watching, how important is it? How important is it for you to hear words of affirmation from the person that you are with and to hear encouraging words from the person that you are with? How important is it for fellas, for the guys to hear that? Fellas, I want us to kind of chime in. I'm hoping that some of the brothers will get on tonight and talk to us as well. How important is it? Do you need to hear those words? And if you do not hear those words, then what? Let's go. Who's first? Which one of you guys want to kind of expound on that a little bit?
Go ahead, Rashawn.
Okay, I'll jump right in on this one here, brother. See, a lot of guys may say that it doesn't really mean that much to them, but it means the world to know that the person or people who you love believe in you and support what you're doing and also use words to build you up. I've said this before on this podcast. I had met this old Jewish lady, and she told me that she could take the weakest Jewish man and build him up just by talking to him. And she said that most people in our community were taught to tear each other down with their words.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in a relationship. So,
Wow.
with that being said, I love it when my wife really believed in me. And I remember one time I was at my really in a low spot and things didn't look really good. And she sent me a video, this inspirational video, and said, I know you're going to make it. I know you're going to do it, And that meant the world to me because everybody wanted Michelle Obama in their backcourt with them. You know what I'm saying? A woman that really, truly, and believes in them and supports them all the time. So I'm going to pass the mic.
Okay. Cameron, how do you
Yeah.
feel?
Well, my dad always said that, if a woman behind a man and believes in that man and throw good words and not put him down, a man would jump boundaries for you. I mean, a lot of women, there are women in the past with me have said, "You're not a man," or they'll say things like just things, whereas they just put you down and it just make you feel like like really 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 low. But as far as me, man, I never let that stop me. But it's always good to encourage the man or the person you're with and really believe in them and say the right things, man, because words, man, words could go a long way and it could turn around and damage you. You never know. You could drive out in the car, putting that man down. Next thing you know, you're in the position as whereas you're in a wheelchair, and then he got to turn around and help you, and just hope that he's there for you. But
So
I got
so
some more to say later.
Okay. Okay. No. This is good because this is one of those things that I believe that men often go absent on, and I think we don't say much about.
Hmm.
But if you don't hear those words, if you don't hear those words of affirmation from your spouse, for those words to be absent, what does that mean to you in your mind? Now, we're just talking about from a standpoint of what does that translate to if you don't hear it? I'm not saying you ask for it or
Right.
you have a conversation where you're telling them and explaining I need to hear XYZ. I'm saying naturally, if you don't hear those types of words coming from the person that you are with, what does the absence of those words translate to in a man's mind?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly convinced that in a relationship, there's never an idle moment. So either you're growing or dying in a
Hmm.
relationship, or either you're building or destroying. So in a relationship, those words are very important because as human beings, that's how we express ourselves by the words that we speak and the actions that we do. So for a man, for a man that's trying to be successful, for a man that's trying to do something very, out of the ordinary, those words are very necessary. So, I've never strived to be a normal 9 to 5 guy. So I don't know, how that plays out for them. But for to do the things that I've strived to do in life, I definitely need somebody to be on my team, in my corner, cheering me on. Because the things I do, they're really a roller coaster ride. So I need somebody who could keep me level when I'm high, and somebody that can pull me up when I'm low.
Yes, and understand, like, I do want the listeners to understand also. A lot of times for men, um, there are well, it's just kind of strange because there's the difference. Men aren't all categorized into one place. Like there are
Hmm.
some men that operate and they operate from a point of knowing what they need to do and what has to happen. And so if they never heard words of affirmation, it would not stop their push. It would not stop their hustle. However, uh man, even if you're a guy in that lane, at the same time, there are some guys who have to hear it in order to be motivated at all. Then comes the fine line, and I believe the kind of determining location. I guess it's a neutral place where no matter what, just for us to hear those words, it whether you're self motivated or not, those words still give a certain type of comfort. It gives a certain
It
type of a
does.
soothing effect. And
But
so those wounds that you've gathered throughout your work week, the wounds and the
Hmm.
rest that you haven't been able to take, those words of affirmation and push does give you a soothing effect in a comfort zone. Go ahead, my brother. What were you about to say, Rashard?
just say, what I'm saying is that, hold up, man, be quiet. As a guy that's doing a regular 9 to 5 or on something like that, I'm pretty
Right.
sure he needs those words too. But
Yeah.
to do
Hmm.
what I do, to do what you do,
Right.
bro, we definitely need it, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
it's a hard thing that we doing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
This,
Absolutely.
you know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? This a whole different beast. This a whole different monster. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Well,
we come home, we need our team to be on
comfort.
our team.
It
Yeah.
Yeah.
has a comfort zone.
Yeah,
It
we
has
need somebody to lift us up after we don't fall out there in this jungle with this stuff here.
right, right.
But I could imagine a guy that's doing a regular 9 to 5 that he would need that
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
You
But I
know.
think
Hmm.
that with us being in the entertainment business, brother, it's a whole nother
Different.
level
Yeah.
It's a
that we
different beast. Yeah, it's a definitely a different beast.
yeah.
And you realize that uh, one of the things that I've realized um, over the past several years, and it's becoming even more stronger, is that and I was one of those guys. I used to tell my wife, she used to say, she used to tell me, you like to hear that, you want to hear this, you want to hear certain
Mhm.
things. And I used to tell my wife, I really don't need it, because
Yeah,
coming from where I was, I really just didn't need
right.
it. But I've noticed, man, like over this past several years, coming in now even more so stronger, um, you need that push. You need that push from within, from that person that you're with, because you want to make sure at the end of the day that this is a us thing, a we thing,
Right.
and that we're working and the understanding that we're here for each other. So that's very necessary. Cameron, what you're
You,
about to say something?
yeah, the enemy comes to steal and destroy. And whenever there's negativity in a relationship, it puts the man in check in his mind, like, okay, what's going on here? Why is she putting me down? Why is she saying these things? Am I not doing what I'm supposed to do?
Right,
Even if I'm not to the point where she feels, although I'm not, still, if she loves me, and that's what comes in your mind, like, do
yeah,
she really loves me?
right,
Why is she saying these things? And the way she's applying her words,
right,
you could tell a person, how you feel about something, but don't put it in a way whereas it makes you feel discouraged. So that when I say that door opens as far as the enemy comes in, that's that hole for him to come in, and all kind of stuff start coming
right,
within your mind, and then next thing you know, there's a big issue. You know, in the past, I've heard women say love doesn't pay the bills. Well, I don't believe that, because
right,
even though that man is struggling hard, like Rashad said, he's a 9 to 5. For instance, he may not be sitting there playing video games all day, but he has a dream. So
right,
don't be a dream killer and kill that man's dream.
right,
See if you both can work something out whereas he can work a certain way. Sometimes, like you said, if you're in our business as far as entertaining people and so forth, it may be hard in some areas to execute certain things, and but you have to have patience, especially Lord, what it says, love is patient, love
love
is
time,
kind.
yes,
So
yeah,
those things, then you got to, yeah, you got to go back to where you were in the beginning, when both of you guys was talking and flirting. You didn't say that back then, so why say it now?
let me take a
No,
second and read from the readers right quick. I had Marilyn jumped in and she said, sometimes the world takes a toll on us all. That hearing those words from your partner can motivate either one to push you through. And I saw someone already got at Marilyn already, and they said that this is not about us, all of us. This is about the fellas tonight. But you are absolutely right, Marilyn.
yeah.
Absolutely right. You are absolutely right. We both need it. But tonight, I want to make sure that we help the wounds of our brothers out here tonight. If you would, if
You
you
know,
would, let's look at something else that was stated here. I think this is Brother Shaft. Do those words still matter when y'all feel like you're at ground zero? Like when y'all may have those times when you can't see the light. You
that's when they mean the most.
that's yeah.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
when you need it the
I
most.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree,
yeah,
Rashad.
because
Hmm.
it's ground zero where we need to come up from. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
right.
it's not when everybody's doing great and times are good that you want to hear those words. Like you need it
Right.
the most when we in a tough place. Like you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like that's that motivation that gets you off ground zero
Right.
and out of that bad place. Because it's one thing that I do know for a fact. For a man, when a man hears the cheering of his spouse or the woman that's with him, it'll make him take leaps
But
and
Oh
bounds.
yeah. Oh
Uh,
yeah.
beyond anything else to make sure that he fulfills what she has an anticipation for out of
Right.
him. So it's really important not to, man, listen, I believe one of the most dangerous things that a woman can do, especially when you down, is to give you bad words instead of
Right.
words
Yeah.
that push you. That's the worst thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Because
bro,
a man, yeah, go ahead, brother. I was about
one
to
of the worst things that you want in a relationship is negative motivation.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Don't have
Yeah.
you out here grinding because you don't believe.
right.
Don't
Right.
be running and gunning for it, trying to
Ooh,
prove.
boy, you said something deep right there, brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You know,
something deep right there.
because when I
Yeah.
get you get it, it's gonna be resentment with it.
Yeah.
That's right. Negative
Yeah.
Yeah.
motivation is the
Hmm.
worst
Right.
motivation. Man, if you want an
I love
enemy
that.
in your house, down him while he's trying to get it. And he's
Mm-hmm.
at ground zero. When he already feels like
Right.
the world is against him, if you
Exactly.
down that brother,
Yeah.
you'll start a fire that you really can't
Mm-hmm.
put out. When that brother finally make it, boy, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna leave. If he don't leave you, he'll already be gone emotionally somewhere
Right.
else. Period. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is that what there are women that know how to read that place.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I'm not talking about the spouse that they're with or the mate that they're with. There are women on the outside of that relationship that know how to read that energy. They can tell that a
Mm-hmm.
man is not getting the support that he's needing, the words of affirmation and the push from home. They can tell it. And trust me, there are women that are waiting for the moment that they can drop those words in themselves to tell you just how, oh man, you're so smart.
Right.
Oh man, you got so much hustle. Oh, I wish if I had a man like you, I would X, Y, Z.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things that begin to happen when when that negative motivation falls in place. I like that thought, brother. Negative
Yeah.
motivation.
I love
Wow.
that.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I like that a lot, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to add one more thing
Yes.
that when it comes to those words, now I do have some women in my life that I don't have any kind of romantic relationship with
Mm-hmm.
that do I look to and they support me and they believe in me and they motivate me and they truly their spirit is truly strong in my life, man. Like my attorney Kim King and one of my really great friends, Lisa Wu. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but they
Mm-hmm.
always there for me. I mean, they always got my back. They always believing in me. You know, they
Yeah.
always kind of pushing me to do more, to strive for
Mm-hmm.
more. And I just think the presence of a woman, she doesn't have to be somebody you're in a romantic
Right.
relationship.
Right.
But
Right.
it's just knowing it's just like that mama, like when your mama believe in me. Like I
Right.
tell I tell everybody, especially my wife,
Mm-hmm.
but if you think I'm a narcissist or whatever, I got all this crazy self-confidence, blame it on my mama. Because she the one told me I could do and be anything I wanted to be.
Anything, my
Told me
brother.
that every day.
Yeah.
Every day
Yeah.
she told me great.
Yeah. And you said something, man, that's really important. It's something about when a woman encourages you, and it's a different feeling. It's a different, it comes from a different place. It's a different feeling that you have when you receive that motivation and those words of affirmation. It's just something about it, man. It's a real, like, it's that pat on the back, man. Like what you said earlier, man. It's like a mother's pat on the back,
Mm-hmm.
it's just different. It's just different. You really can't explain it, but it speaks volumes within itself, to know, that someone is thinking about you from that level enough to care about you enough. And especially, man, when you're not doing anything for that woman, period. Like it's
Yeah,
a woman and you have nothing, no kind of soul ties in this or anything like that. It's just like it just comes from a genuine place, and that's amazing, man. How that works. So let me read another one of the comments here. Constantly hearing it. I mean, you should listen. Here's the key. I, to constantly hear it, you have to realize something. If we're on the same team, if we're on the same team, then the cheering should never stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It, should- it should
but
never.
but it should come from a genuine place.
Yeah, it
See,
should.
you can
Mm-hmm.
get out here and you're in a new relationship and they see you grinding and
Yeah,
striving. I
yeah,
think we've all been there.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah, yeah.
guys right here, but we had women that targeted us because they wanted to be in a relationship with us because they seen the potential in the future that we was going, but their
Right.
words kind of, vain, and they weren't really there for us
True.
all.
It's
They was
true.
there if we made it.
Yeah.
That false motivation that if you make it, I'm here.
Especially when especially like I think about like the our past life. Uh,
Hmm.
you're
Mm-hmm.
always in a VIP. You always skipping the line. You always got a pocket full of money. You always riding the best cars. It's like you there all the time. So every time you get a lot of false motivation and patting on the back and stuff like that because of status, so to
Right.
speak.
Right.
From that. So we've seen that. But now it goes right back, man. It goes right back to talking about the guys in the barbershop when I was a young guy. It never leaves me, man. He said, look, man, you can get a woman who is not attractive, a woman who you have no interest in whatsoever. She's not your type. If that woman says something nice to you
Mm-hmm.
every day that she sees you, sooner or later, she'll begin to look attractive.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
that
yeah.
I think a lot of people get messed up. So you can go get your body fixed, you can get boob job, butt job, tummy tucks. You can do any of the above, all of the above to make yourself look beautiful. But at the end of the day, it's what's inside of the heart of
Mm-hmm.
that woman that makes her beautiful and attractive to a man. Um, when her mind and her heart is right, and she treats him a certain way, that
Mm-hmm.
will always draw a man faster than anything else as far
Yeah.
as a man of substance, a man that's actually wanting to have something in his life that's permanent. It will always draw him. So I think it's really important to understand the power to that motivation. There's a power to the motivation. Especially if you're the mate and you want a certain favor, like you want favor, you want love, you want that attention, you want that man to be very compassionate and all of the above. That's that's how you draw that out of a man. A man
Mm-hmm.
really lets his guard down when he realizes that he can put total trust in someone who, because he's learned that she has his back. He's already learned that she's there for that, for the long haul, and for the tough times she's there, and she's not going to switch out. You'll get everything out of a man, I believe, that you want. What you think, fellas?
The tongue is negative and positive. So what you're saying, you could have a woman who's talking and seeing that the good in you, and and
Mm-hmm.
and seeing the future in you as far as blowing up, going hard at what you really believe and believe in you. Then you have the negative side
Right.
where they could be jealous. Why are they putting out this negativity?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that you may just break, or it could just be because within themselves they're just not happy because of probably in their past relationship or upbringing.
Right.
But some could
Right.
be positive, negative, or positive, both ways.
Bro, I really think that you got to have somebody that's been with you in the valley.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
one when you're on top of the mountain, they don't. I mean, it don't even count. You want somebody who can walk through that valley with you, bro.
Right.
When it
Exactly.
did, when they look bleak, they look like anything was gonna happen for you, and was still there saying, "Hey, man, we gonna do this. We gonna make
Right.
it."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the one people I meet when I be on the top of the mountain, you know,
Through the drought.
those paths they don't really count. For me,
You haven't
I
proven it yet. It's just
Yeah.
like the new believer, in Christ, right? Everybody's gung ho. They feel great from that first initial connection,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not till you go through some things that you prove you love God, and it's not till you go through some things that you prove that you're gonna hold on and you still gonna be faithful to God. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same way in relationships. Until you actually go through something together, you don't know who you got. You don't know who you're dealing with. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's why you see Hollywood all the time. People, two rich people get married, and then it's like it looks like love and bliss, but the moment they go through and we're like, man, what happened? I thought they was a great couple. They look good together. They might look good together, but hard times prove what you got in your heart, and it proves just how much
Yeah.
you really do love a person. So,
Mm-hmm.
so
Hey,
you
bro,
got to know it. Yeah.
hold on now. Hold on. Now I'm finna take y'all somewhere with this here.
All right.
Good times will do the same. See, I think we
Mhm.
all been in prior relationships, right?
Right.
I've dated some chicks where the closer we got to the goal,
Yeah.
but it
Oh,
started going
you about to
sideways.
start a fight. You
They
finna
start
start
they,
trouble.
Jealous, man.
You
Yeah.
finna
they,
start trouble.
they
I knew
with me
it.
at the bottom, but the
Yeah.
closer we got there, boy,
Yeah.
they went to turning.
I
Oh
knew this
yeah.
was coming.
And
I
and
knew
it,
it
it,
was
and it shocks you because you thinking, okay, man, we done went through all this together. We right here where we want to be at, and now you gonna go sideways? No,
coming. Why did I know this?
Emotions. Emotions.
So wait a
no,
minute. Wait a minute. Okay, let me just
bro,
play.
it's
Let me play
fear.
devil's advocate in the middle of this
It's
situation.
fear.
Let me just do this. So, are you telling me? Are you telling me
Mhm,
that we could actually be in a relationship,
mhm,
suffer together, be down together,
mhm,
but start working towards our goals? And for some reason, if it starts to look like you are about to reach the goal and
mhm.
things about to take off, are you telling me that you this is a moment where that woman might sabotage and begin to act
Self-sabotage.
completely
Yeah.
out of character to destroy? Now here's the question: if that's the case, why? Do you
I'm gonna,
think that they do that? Do you
I'm,
think that that happens because they feel they're about to lose a certain amount of control, or they're gonna lose? You're gonna find someone of more that's more attractive, that's gonna catch your eye. What
But
do you think?
both attention. Women loves attention.
Oh,
And
oh,
sometimes it could be a control matter, but women loves attention. And if they sometimes they feel like you're getting all the attention and
uh-huh,
they don't understand, especially if you're in a certain career, if they
uh-huh,
don't understand that, then because you from two different worlds, you understand? They might
right,
have a regular job, you might have something that always have you in the light, and somehow you just don't connect in there. So they may love you, but women likes attention. And if they're not getting it, then it's a problem. Period.
oh,
so for
oh,
me, the women that I dealt with when that happened, it was a matter of insecurity. They was really insecure about themselves, and me, I'm built on loyalty. So I can't deal with turncoats. I
right,
can't disloyal people.
right,
That just really burns me up.
right,
So I'm like, okay, we don't went all of this way together. Now you feel like I'm gonna just run over here now because we got a little something, or we done did a little something, we done accomplished something.
right,
Man, I'm
Mm-hmm.
stick with the people I got who I got there with. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Right.
So,
I,
so
a lot of insecurity issues, bro.
wow, wow, wow. What's up? Where the ladies at? I gotta hear from the ladies. I'm waiting to hear. Uh-oh. Wait, what does this say? Hold on. We got something to say because she may lose you, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe even the small things that y'all share together, they may get overlooked. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
This is a statement.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
some insecurities. So insecurity can okay. So insecurity can take us there. And insecurities can basically cause a woman to burn the whole house down. When I say that, everything that you've built, everything you're trying to build, just sabotage it all in order to make sure she keeps what she's had
Right.
versus leaving. That's where we're at.
And you know what? You may have started your career and what you've been working towards for a long time before she came along, and then she got a little piece of it on the way up
Don't do it
and
over.
feels that she owns the whole thing, basically like I was there for you. And that's not always the case, while you're knocking them down. You understand?
Right.
So, hey, I mean, insecurity.
That's rough. That's rough, man. That's
Yeah.
rough. That's rough. You know, I wish I could get some of the ladies to pop in on this because this is one of those. I think this is one of those areas where we really do see this. You know, and I heard you say something about it's like vanity. I believe vanity is one of those things, and it's sort of like a vain. That's a very vain place to come out of, like
Mhm.
where you're willing to lose everything just so you don't lose everything. Basically, you
Right,
know.
Mm.
exactly.
That's like
Blow it
vanity.
up,
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
blow it up, so it seems like I didn't lose,
Right. Right.
but you lose anyway.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Wow. Wow. I
it's
wish I could get
a
some
lot.
women in on that. Yeah. And I wish I could get some women in to talk about that, man, because that's one of this is a that's a tough one, man. That's
Yeah.
a tough one. And
I'm gonna tell you another situation I've had because like that okay, I lost you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Hear you.
All
okay.
right. Another situation I've had as I moved up in levels and started hanging around, as I changed my circle and got around, more successful people, and the quality of people changed. The insecurity factor went to an even higher level. Because now they felt that now I'm around all these good-looking women and all these rich people and blah blah blah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
I want you got to keep your foundation. You got to stick with your foundation. And and a lot of times we young, and as with your mate being younger, you go through these are things that you don't really, have. Most of us don't have good mentors and role models to take us through these levels of success. So we don't know how to respond and how to react. I mean, even as the men, sometimes we may come off wrong. We may get the big head, and it seems like we unappreciative of your support that's been there.
Right.
And sometimes we have to have a reality check too.
Hmm.
So it's one of them situations where I think it's a growth thing, a maturity thing, and
Hmm.
but once you can get past those insecurities and
Yeah.
stuff like that, that boy, it's a wonderful place to be in.
You
Right.
know your drive and your confidence could come off cocky to that person also, and they may not understand that you're just confident. So to them, the way you project your grind and your push, they may take it in a negative way and not understanding the details of where you're trying to go.
Right, right, right. So I mean, I guess for me, as I think about it, it's like, okay, so you're telling me now, women can the absence, they can go absent on encouraging you based on what it appears to be looking like with your success. And if that's the case, were they ever really real with the initial push?
So
If that's the case, were they just saying the words of affirmation because they felt like they needed to say it but never really believed it? You
But
know what I'm saying?
bro, I don't think that's it, bro. I think the fear of success, as long as we talking about it and we working towards it, but then once we get one that start getting a taste of it,
Right.
it can scare a lot of people, brother. It definitely is a scary thing for a lot of people.
right.
So now you're like, okay, now we're gonna be here. Now we're in this place here. Am I good enough?
Right.
Am I the one? And that's
Right.
a terrible place to be in. You know, but I think that the support was genuine. Maybe even I know one person I was with. I think they didn't really think I was gonna get there, or we was really gonna do it. And
Right.
then when we got there, it really overtook them.
Right.
Hell, they actually did it.
Right.
So
Right. That's is It's scary. I'm gonna tell you, it's scary, man. Let me read this. I got a comment here, and the comment says, "I feel like when it's genuinely a strong relationship, it could really be the woman just not wanting you to get so far away from what brought you guys together. He could be working on and going so hard to get away from not having to go back to the bottom, and that can cause him to forget that." Well, I think okay, so I really believe that. All right, especially that's a really good statement. That's a really good statement. So let's just say this. Um, you have to remember that what when we grind, the reason why we want to get to the top in our mind is really thinking about the total family. We're
Right.
really thinking about
Mm-hmm.
take how we can how this is going to help everyone in our family. How it's going to take not only the man but the spouse, the children, if it's children involved. We think from a standpoint of we are going up together.
Right.
Um, it's not so much as the bottom that gave us the hustle. The hustle and the motivation has always been the woman that's in his life. It's always his family, his woman, and that motivation is to take them to the top so that they can experience life on a different level, not be in need or in poverty. And we have to remember that it's not all of the other things that we work so hard for. Is really about um giving you a better place, I believe. What do you think, fellas?
I believe that, that's a man's main focus is to have a better life for his family and his kids than what he had. And I think most of the time, that's where the drive comes from. It's not the chasing of fame, and the lifestyle that comes with fame. It's to have the security, to have that foundation and that backbone for your family. So, but and I know the women are right because a lot of times that you do get caught up in the fame.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another why you still need to have that strong woman in your life that can keep you grounded also.
Yeah.
That can
Not
also
fight, not fight him.
not fight
Yeah.
not fight me, but
Not,
also
yeah.
recognize we have came a long ways to build this. Let's not
Right.
blow it. Let's
Right.
not destroy it.
Right.
You
Because I
know.
think a lot of times, being a strong woman in a position such as that, what some people could uh, misconstrue as strong is to force or or to attack the individual. The truth is, it's mainly the strength of conversation. Because really, at this point, you don't want to stress people out. At that point, you don't want
Mm-hmm.
to add stress to the situation, and because then once you start adding stress, now this is worse because at a certain level, you have
Mm-hmm.
options. You got all these other options that's given to you that you can escape the madness. So you really want to set a common area of conversation so that you're able to discuss things from a mature level, and it not be something that just brings confusion, stress, or take him away from his focus on the things that's needed to be done to continue things to go in the right direction. Cameron, go ahead. You were about to say something.
I remember back in the days, when I was pushing other things, with music and stuff like that, and the person would tell me, "Oh, that's about you. It ain't about us. It's about you. It's all about you. It's for you." And
Right.
that'll be the argument. No, you can't see it's for us. You
Right.
know, So that to me that was selfish. Because I was also there supporting that person, saying, "Hey, you can go back to school. You can do this. You can push this. The things you say you want. So why? Because I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. It's not about us. But if I do it for you, as far as support you with you studying and so forth, it's for us." I didn't get that, and
Right.
that's what comes off a lot of time. I have seen with certain females.
Well, do you think God? Go ahead, Rashard. You about to say something?
I just thought of a situation that I was really close to, man. I remember a very, very good friend of mine, and he had a very strong, supportive wife. She was like his number one cheerleader, and I remember he was having an affair, and she found out, and I was privy. I was right there in the room when she confronted him, and I never get them words that she said. She told him, she said, "Are you gonna let this destroy everything that we built together?
Mm,
You
mm.
tell me this is what you really want." And that guy got his act together, stopped messing around, and went back and rededicated himself to his wife and his marriage.
Because he had a mature woman. You hear the
Yeah,
words she said? She
he
was
said
very
some
mature.
powerful words.
Yeah.
She ain't come, hey, she ain't come in she ain't
Yelling, you didn't have to
not
yell.
angry.
Nothing.
She just
Right,
said, "I want you to tell me, is this what you want to do? Do you really want to destroy everything we worked so hard to build together?"
right,
And them words hit that brother hard, man.
Yeah.
Hit him hard.
right,
And
right,
he had to go back and fix some things. It took, it wasn't an overnight fix, but hey, he stuck in there and got it back right. And they still together today.
He
Still,
was blessed that she stuck with him.
yeah.
yeah,
Very successful people, very
Yeah.
successful people. I was privy to that situation, and I was just the way she handled that. And I'll never forget that day.
right,
Mm.
right. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, power, man. But it's and I think what happens, society has painted a picture that women need to match men's energy. Like they need to be aggressive. They need to be
Mm.
loud. They need to be they need all of these strange things in order for them to be considered powerful. When you really know power as a woman, you really don't even have to raise your voice.
Right.
It's a matter of the conversation
Right.
and meaning what you say and saying exactly what you mean, and
Mm-hmm.
a man knows when it's serious. A
Right.
man knows when it's
Oh yeah.
serious. Trust that. And not many words can go back and forth when a woman is mature and she said something that's serious to her. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna consider what she's saying. So it's like there's so much weight to a woman's words, but I think society just has made that all mixed up to where you know they don't feel like they have that type of power, but they do. Especially if you got a man and you're in a relationship and you have so much invested as children and home or working toward homes, whatever it may
Hey,
be.
bro, the
Why?
other one, time.
Go ahead. Time.
How
Yes,
much
time.
Time. Yeah.
time have you invested in this relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Time
Right.
that you will never get back. Days
Right.
you'll never relive.
That's right.
That
Mm-mm.
time investment is so crucial to me, man.
Yeah.
When
The
you
Absolutely.
put
essence of
years,
time.
years,
Yeah.
you know.
And that's another thing that society has done tremendously. It has disrespected time.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
makes people think, look, I can leave this relationship and get a new person immediately. And they don't realize, man, you might get a different person, but boy, you just started all over again.
Hey,
And
Yeah.
man,
you
you talk
don't know
about
what
this,
you got.
man, you talk
Yeah,
about it
yeah,
consistently. Ain't
yeah.
no good people left out there. And it
Yeah.
got
Losing the
all the good
investment.
people.
Yeah, yeah, you lose your investment. And yeah, you're right,
Mm-hmm.
Rashad. Man, it is
Yeah.
there's not many good people left out there right now, period.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I
Not
mean,
at this stage of the game.
no,
You want
no,
to go meet a 24-year-old, you know,
God,
and and I don't think none of us want to go do that at this part of the game.
Mm.
But to meet somebody your age that's
yeah,
not in a whole bunch of baggage and all kind of other mess,
it's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be being very slim pickings.
you
Very
might as
slim.
well
Yeah.
fix that stuff that's in your house. Remember the night when the barber came on
Right.
and he was talking about
Yeah,
he was finna go switch up.
yeah, yeah.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
bro,
You might get something worse now. I mean,
yeah,
he just,
exactly.
Yeah. He
yeah.
a bad haircut.
Hey, man, but for real though, seriously though, you start all over again. You don't know what you got. And guess what?
Mhm.
You might spend a year with them and realize this ain't working. Now you start. Now you got to go. Man, listen.
Hey, bro,
Time is. time is undefeated.
Yes,
You
sir.
might start over a million times, but I promise you're not getting any younger.
Mhm.
And the best days of your life are being wasted away. And in any time you've been in a relationship with a person and you're growing old together, man, you want that relationship to last. Um, so you want to be wise with every move you make. And people don't, men especially, we don't really. Well, yeah, I'm just speaking for the men because I'm a man. But a good man does not want to build and put all that invested time into anything to just lose it. That's
Right.
just
Mhm.
that's not what good men do. And so now a young man that's a fool, you know, he's kind of foolish. He hasn't quite become mature yet. A young man, he'll feel to himself, look, man, there's plenty of women want me. I'll leave and go to
Yeah.
somebody else. But he doesn't have the experience of knowing that you may be able to have access to plenty of women, but you it won't be plenty of good women.
Mm-mm.
And so yeah, man. So
Build his
that's
house upon the sand.
right. Yeah, exactly. That's a major difference, man. It's a
Hmm.
major difference. So I mean, so what do we say? What would you say? What would you say to a woman? Um, and but don't make these ladies get mad with y'all tonight. But what would you say to a woman that that is slacking and she's not giving that support? She's not pushing that man. She got a good guy that's trying hard. What would you say to her? What would you say to her? Come on, help me out.
I
Uh,
say, be patient. Be patient. Listen to him and talk to him and say, look, let's both stop for a second and listen to each other. Write it down and step away from each other, write down our don'ts, our likes, come back together and see if it match up, if it looks like it can't work. I'm talking about somebody that's not married. Maybe it's not for us, and maybe we should just go our separate ways.
well, for me, and to be somebody who's a dreamer, who has big ideas and want to do big things. So somebody that really support and believe in what I do is just necessary for me. I couldn't function with somebody with the negativity, the gunslingers that shooting down your dreams. I can't be around people like that. I don't even want to be around them. So that one I couldn't get in a relationship with nobody like that. So it wouldn't even last. It wouldn't even get to the point we talking about we in a relationship with that type of mentality for me. So I don't have nothing to say to them, brother. I let them go ahead on their own, you know. So I got to be around people that support me, people that's gonna build me up, people who I could reciprocate and do the same for them, you know. And also another thing that when it comes to those words of affirmation, I I mean, it just really bothers me when you with somebody who can't receive your affirmation when you try to build them up.
Wow.
You know, that's a deep thing right there too, bro. When you're
Hmm.
giving and you trying to build them up and trying to take and you trying to lift them up to the next level, but they just can't receive it. You know, that's a tough one also. So that's something that we have to deal with too as men and trying to go to that next level. Because I think we all here to be successful in all areas of our life, be successful husbands, be successful fathers, be successful in business. So to be and take yourself to that next level of success, you also got to build up your mate. Like I said before, if you're not building, you're destroying. There's never a state of idleness. So it's either
Hmm.
you're either going up or going down.
Right. Right.
So you got to have somebody who can receive the affirmations when you're trying to build them also.
Right. 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 And you know what? So really, when I think about what you guys said, really, so we're painting this picture right. So my thought process comes behind that, and my words, what I would say, if you got a man that's working hard and trying to do something, if he's trying, be grateful. If that man is not wasting his time doing childish things like playing video games all day, just laying around the house doing nothing. But you got a man that's looking and constantly trying to build himself so that he's a better person for the family, better person for his kids. I believe that you, as a woman, you should be grateful because, to tell you the truth, in this generation, I have seen there's not many men out there. There's not many men that are actually working hard for something bigger than themselves. And it's a matter of being very selfless when you have your wife and children as the centerpiece of your life, and you're trying to make sure that, in spite of how you look, in spite of how much you make, how in spite of uh how people think, what people might think about you, you're just trying your best to make sure that they're taken care of and that they're in a good place, and you can leave something for them in the end. I think you should be grateful because it's just not a lot of guys out there anymore that's really focused. I remember one time, let me tell you this. I remember one time a friend of mine from up north was here in Florida, and he was living with his girl, and he called me and he was like, uh Zoe, man, can you come over? I really need some help. So I'm thinking it was a big situation. Do you know that brother called me because he did not know how to change the tire on his car?
I can believe it.
He called me because he did not know how to change the tire on his car. And
Yeah.
his lady is looking out the window from upstairs. She's looking down out of the window, shaking her head like, wow. And
Yeah.
and and I was like, wow, like
Mm-hmm.
this is what we got. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah,
seriously
yeah.
what we got. Think about it, man. This is seriously what we got. So, I mean, you got to be grateful, man, when you got a guy that's trying. Because I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of brothers that are not trying. That brothers that
Right.
really do sit at home all day with no guilt.
Mm-mm.
And video, they can tell you everything about the sports. They can tell you everything about the latest video games that came out, and that's the highlight of their life. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that women should be very grateful when you got a man that's trying hard to do something better for him, for the family. I really do.
I was smiling because that song came to my head. Uh,
Yeah.
Cause I'm built solid as a rock. We're
Okay.
building up. We're built.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Cam on that karaoke tonight for y'all.
Yeah.
Where my ladies at? What are ladies at tonight? Boy, look at here. Let me tell you something. Boy, the
Yeah.
ladies are
We must be
quiet.
saying all the right things, man. That's why.
Woo!
Yeah.
Man, ladies are quiet tonight. I'm surprised, man. Y'all didn't stir
Yeah.
up the ladies' pot tonight, man. That's something
Uh-huh.
serious right there. Look at here, boy. I tell you, boy, y'all all right tonight.
We're probably pleasing their ears. They're probably like, okay, yeah, yeah.
They
I
taking
think they'll
notes.
be
You think they
taking
taking
notes.
notes?
Yeah.
Not gonna go that far.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think I should go that far to think that they're actually taking notes tonight?
I hope they're not tired of arguing so bad at
Oh,
home
oh no, oh
that
no,
saying all the wrong stuff. So they're so tired they can't say nothing on this show tonight.
oh no.
I
Uh-oh.
hope that's not the
Uh-oh.
problem. Come
Shaft
on
said,
in, come on in, say
Shaft said
something.
that was Gabby talking the whole time. Oh, what was the rest? Marilyn disappeared on us. I guess Marilyn said she just not. She done talking with y'all because she said in the beginning that
Uh-oh.
both of us need the same support, same words.
Yeah,
Wow.
they do. They definitely do.
Yeah.
I was hoping I didn't miss anybody's comment, so I was just reading through one more time. Okay, cool. So okay, so all right. So listen. This has been a great show tonight. I've enjoyed it, and usually we go over a lot, but we right about at the time now of our actual end of the broadcast. However, before we do shut this down, fellas, is there any last words that you would like to leave with the people?
Any last word? I'm gonna give you some last words.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
All
ahead.
right.
we'll see you next week. That's
Now, I'm
my
gonna give
last word.
Rashad, what's your
my
last
last
word?
words is that life is short, tomorrow is not promised. Seize and take advantage and love and give every day. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate what you have because it can be taken at at like the twinkling of an eye. So,
Mm-hmm.
live every day like it's your fullest and support and love one another and just do what Jesus said.
Yeah.
Greatest command of all, love one another.
Well, life is too short. The world is really bad right now, man. And like just like a couple of days ago, people send their kids to school, and guess what? They both parents had to deal with that. Who knows? They may have had an argument um, before the kid went to school or while they were in school, and
Oh,
then now they both have to work with that mentally. So just if you're a Christian or you're not a Christian, just seek God. Y'all hold each other and just stay positive and try to say the right things to each other. That go for women and the man.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Okay. That's
Stay
good
positive.
words, fellas. Good words. I tell you, man, the best medicine in this world will always be kindness and love. No matter what you're going through, if you add that to it, I guarantee it'll get better. So let's just continue to keep each other in prayer as a nation for all the things that are going on right now that are negative. Please check on your friends, check on your neighbors, make sure everybody is well. And as you talk to them, man, feel free to encourage them to open up and talk to you if they have any types of unexplainable emotions and thoughts that they can't control. Let's please take care of each other and think of each other often. We got our other co-hosts on board tonight. Money, what's up, man? Money,
Hey,
money.
hey, hello,
Top model.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Hello there. Awesome. Well, listen, man,
What?
we've had a good night. Oh, you're showing everybody his puzzle.
Yeah.
We've had a good night, man. It's awesome. Guys, you guys be blessed. Everybody be blessed. Have a good time, man, with the rest of your night and enjoy your family. And always say a prayer before you lay it down. And right now, we are on our way out of here. Blessings to everyone.
All right.
They say